Greetings, everybody. IMakeLevels here, and welcome to Transmissions Element 120. This is a Half-Life 2 Episode 2 mod. It came out... Apparently it's been in development for quite a while, at least like several years or something. And I believe it's on ModDB now. I originally saw it on MapCore, and like the author was saying, oh, I'm looking for playtesters, don't release it, you know, don't make videos of it. And I was like, well, I don't want to play it yet then. And then like a week later, he's like, alright, it's done. Here you go, everybody. So I have already played through this on Twitch. Shocking surprise news bulletin here. I'm doing streaming now. So that's going to have all my kind of first impressions and where I get stuck in puzzles and all that super fun, awesome kind of borderline ragey stuff that people are so fond of watching. So this one, I really wanted to kind of talk about some specific elements a bit more in detail. So that's what this video is going to be. Now, this is a long time to spend on a black screen. Maybe too long? That's, you know, debatable, I suppose. I believe the audio, it sounds like the audio might be one of those things where if you reverse it, it's like, Satan is my savior, or some weird thing like that. I'm not too sure. I haven't tried it. It just sounds very garbled. You can kinda get the hint that it's G-Man. But that is about it. So, yikes. My hand is like shaking here. I have had my coffee this morning. The very beginning of the mod says to play this in a dark room for best playing experience, and unfortunately I'm playing it on a very nice sunny Saturday afternoon, and inside my dark apartment. So here we go. Here we start out. The main thing about this that well, let's just go through it here. So we see an item crate here, and we can't really open this because we have nothing, so we can stare longingly at our item crate. We got a locked thing here, and we know from anyone that's played Half-Life 2 games knows that we need a gun or crowbar or something to get through that lock. So this here is the first weird thing. I'm not too fond of this because this is just kind of, you can't even really, can you pick it up? I don't even remember. But anyway, that's there. You can kind of see the crowbar there, and personally I think this is the only place to go to in this whole area. So it kind of works. The player is going to hit that eventually, and they're going to be like, oh, you can't really break this crate. I wonder if you can push it through the force field, though? You technically could probably get rid of this crate and have it be unreachable, so this is kind of a potential blocking issue. Maybe, possibly? Maybe, possibly. I didn't... Let's just try it out. You could break it. Ugh, be gone with you, crate! Now I'm stuck forever. And I can't get my lovely crowbar here, so that's a potential thing. I'm QAing your mod here. QA in real time. And, I guess you could pick that up, but that's a thing. The very first kind of non-aggressive enemy here. Doesn't even really, don't know where he came from, but that's right. So let's go get our item here. I believe this is just like health or shields, and then we carry on. The first thing I noticed when I first started playing this was the compass. I was like, what the hell is that? It has like radioactive markers on it and stuff, and there's no real hotspots. You'll occasionally get the beep, the Geiger counter blips, you know, but there's no hotspots of areas to avoid, so I don't know why it's there. Maybe this is just sort of like a proof of concept for like a bigger project plan, but I'm not too sure. And I also noticed, like, you see the lighting here? You got like weird sort of dusty refraction things going on in the upper right corner of the screen. I was like, oh my god, that's freaking amazing. The last time I played Half-Life 2, it was, you know, just normal stuff. and he's doing some really interesting stuff with lighting. You see here, like, bumped up light maps on some really good spots for shadows and stuff. And for the most part, it's a very, very, very nice looking mod. Come here, you. I'm not sure why that... I'm not sure why, but I mean, it's not like a deal breaker or anything, but the poison headcrabs have a very distinctive sound, and it's very, like, you know, angry cat sound, so I'm not sure why you, had the pipe break, but I guess it's nice. Anything with, you know, stuff going on in the environment is really interesting. And this here, I kind of messed it up because I hit the barrel and he got attracted to the sound or something, but very nice use of lighting. I call it Bioshock lighting, where you backlight an enemy and then you have, you know, the really nice silhouette shadow on like a white wall and stuff. Ladder, kind of hard to see. I don't know, but it's there until you get close.
Let's go!
I believe that happens up on the street. And, yeah, there you go. Hey guys, how y'all doing? An overall thing with this mod is that there's not much story. I mean, the mod description says the story takes place in a mysterious date and location after Half-Life 2, but there's no story. Let's just put that outside of the scope of what we're going to be talking about today. There's no story, and that's, you know, that's fine. Come on, get me. Is he gonna? There we go. Don't even have to deal with you now. Lots of barnacles. Nice. Light maps. Love it. It's super great. An enemy that's not really attacking you. This is kind of... It's nice. It kind of draws your attention to the fact that there's a shield station behind there. It's nice staging. It's kind of a nice introduction for enemies and stuff. And you can't, I believe... Yeah, I remember I was able to... Yeah, you're able to, like, grasp this thing, because you can do something with it later, but not at the moment. So I was like, what? Do I need to, like, bust that off or something? But no. You got things there, but you can't really do anything with them. Nice lighting, kind of softly highlighting the sewer entrance here. This thing as well, also just kind of... This is like a super bright light, but look, it's not even really casting that much light. It's very soft for the flare intensity here. It's like that thing has a fall off of like 10 feet, and then it's just like, oh, I can't see anything. That light right there is like brighter than those super powerful halogen lamps there. But anyways, we are continuing on. Other people, so I got stuck at a point, we will get to that, and after I finished, I read the reviews, and apparently these QR codes do stuff. They go to somewhere. I didn't bother checking with my phone. I imagine that is... The breathless cannot see in the dark. Okay. I did not get that the first time. This is brand new. That is foreshadowing for a future event. And that's ironically the part where I got stuck. I wish this was not an optional thing here. I really liked this. Did not like getting shot. I liked the blood splatters on the wall there. Blood and zombie blood, or headcrab blood or whatever, because it's like, oh, that makes sense. I don't feel bad about turning this corner and getting cheaply shot, because it's like, I totally had clues here. So, I believe last time I just bonsai'd this, and that's gonna explode in a second. Maybe? Not explode. I'm just gonna just gonna put you out there. You can stay there. Yeah, at a wall. That's a terrible fate. We got our typical lambdas, you know, leading us to items and whatnot. I'm not too crazy about crouching sections, but it's short enough that I don't mind all that much. Let's go down here. This section is kind of nondescript, so I don't really remember what is down here. I've only gone through this once. I haven't done this like 12 times. I do remember this stairwell, and if you go on the right side, you kind of go slow because you're sort of clipping against stuff, and I would say just if you're, I don't know, it's kind of weird. This is like this weird kind of eggy tunnel. It's kind of an aesthetic thing. Personally, I'd rather it be wider. Not whiter, but wider, so that... Do the other QR codes give me hints? They do not? Alright. I'd rather it be wider, just so that I'm not like... If I step off of the pixel, that I get stuck. This is... I forget what this is. This is where we need to go. Let's come back to here. Let's go the other ways first, because I don't remember if there were items or something in there, and I just wanna get all my stuff here. Hello, sir. Alright, up in there. Poison head crabs. Let's leave them alone. I don't think I need them. I got stuck here with something. Where did I get stuck on? I don't know what I got stuck on. I got stuck on something. I have it on video that I got stuck on something. But anyway, oh, there it goes again. I got stuck here. It looks like I'm falling into the ditch. And getting like stuck under this. I don't know. This area might be able to be flattened off or something. Player clip so you don't fall in the little trough or something. Anyways, which way? Alright, we are going this way. Okay. I'm gonna do this all in one video. It should... I might have to split it in half. I think when I went through this, it took about an hour, approximately. So... Very nice. This area is super dark. These generators turn on lights, I believe. Yes. And then this thing starts shooting at us, and so it's like, ah, well... I can either bonsai out there, or I can turn off the lights, because it seemed to turn on the guy, because they can't see me in the dark. This would have been... Let's get rid of these guys first, and then we'll talk about this. Come on. There's another one here. I apologize that it's super dark. Alright, we've killed them all. So, the first QR... I mean, this seems to tie into the QR code that says the breathless can't see in the dark. These things technically are breathless. They are robots, or robots, if you're British or something. I don't know. So, they can't see me in the dark. That's great. This is an anomaly. I don't actually recall if that's how they function in Half-Life 2, but that's kind of... It's an important thing to tutorialize, and I don't know if this was enough. I think like having them at the end of a long tunnel and you cannot approach them unless you turn off the lights, that would have been like a hammer over the head kind of tutorial for teaching the player. But anyways, let's carry on. Lambda symbol, meaning that something is here. Usually it's like item cache or something. And so if you look around, it's a bit hard to notice. I'm just gonna do a slow spin. Maybe someone will see it, because I did not. Yeah, I'm going slow. Does anyone see it? I see it now. I didn't see it the first time, but I see it now. Does anyone see it? Does anyone see it? It's okay to say no. I'm gonna assume everyone's saying no. So what I did the first time, I was like, I don't know what to do in here. It's stuck because this door closes, so even if I turn off the generator, this door stays closed. And I've played many mods where it's like one section of the wall is like breakable or something, and I kind of like mashed the E button on usable stuff for a while. I didn't mean to turn that off. Turn back on. I need my lights. And eventually you can see that this pair of lamps here is slightly askew than the other ones, and that's because it's a secret switch. Of course it's a secret switch. I have mixed feelings about these. I don't like Easter egg hunts in general, and this felt a bit Easter eggy. I think, like, in hindsight, that it has a visual cue that it is unique than all the other lamps, and it has the lambda symbol like painted right on it. I don't know. I'm not sure how much playtesting this author has done. I think this was... I mean, I found it fairly fast enough when I was first playing it, so it wasn't annoying, like, oh, Jesus, I'm in this room for like 20 minutes and I finally find it. It was maybe like 40 seconds or something. And it still just felt like I stumbled upon the solution rather than figuring out the solution. And I like figuring stuff out because then it makes me feel smart. So we have another thing over there. Actually, let's try turning off this. I did not do this the first time. The first time I did this, I grabbed a barrel and I just used it as a riot shield and charged this thing. So he still sees us, even though it's in the dark. Or maybe he saw my flashlight? He saw my flashlight. Very interesting. I just totally charged it the first time. This is... holy crap. So now... where did this guy come from? Where did this guy come from? Where's my door? The door closed behind me? This is really odd. I'm doing things differently the second time here. So... yeah. I'm trying to, like, get the thing to kill this guy. I think this would have worked way better if the... I have many opinions about this. Anyways, I don't like that this door is here. I wanted to go turn back on the lights and have the sentry gun kill the zombies. I think that would have been like, aha! I'm not even having to crowbar these suckers. I'm completely safe. And that's one thing. And I think, before I go into that room, because it's about to get noisy in here, I think, in general, like, without those zombies, this would have taught me, perhaps more effectively about the whole, these things not seeing me in the light. So there's that. I have... I had other ideas of, like, there's sentry guns, like, mixed in with zombies, and you have to shine your flashlight on the zombies to get the things to shoot them, and that would have kind of drilled that into my head, like, these things need light to function. But that's all besides the point, because this, so far, we've only dealt with these things. The sentry guns, the sentry turrets. Now we get into this thing, and holy crap, when I first saw this, I was like, what the F? What the hell am I supposed to do here? And it's gonna get crazy noisy. These things just go crazy with the noise, and I was like, I'm over this. It was bad. This whole section, I'm gonna assert the claim here that the reason I got stuck in this room is because this relationship was not defined for me well enough. That's my personal opinion. I watched only one other person play this, and that was from Planet Phillip, and he kind of stumbled onto the solution, it seems like, but he did find the solution. That's the door we need to exit, because you can you have the the leading here of the wire to the door, and yeah, they're freaking noisy. And so I ended up having to no-clip through that door. So there's a generator over there, and I did not try this the first time. I bonsai'd for the ladder, and that's what I'm gonna do this time as well. There we go. So if we turn off the ladder, if we turn off the light, everything gets a little bit more calm. They're still milling around, they're still zombies, but they're not making their freaky creep out noises and stuff. Now, in my mind, I'm like, alright, I need to kill these zombies somehow. My thought process wasn't like avoid them or lead them to somewhere or anything like that. It was like, I need to kill these things and I don't know how. This thing turning off the lights for me did not register as like a thing. Because of... Just because. So there is this like bucket right here of like body parts. There's like a skull in there and a spine and a hand, it looks like, or something. And I was like, oh, it's a bucket of chum. Go eat the chum, and maybe they'll all congregate around it, and then I'll be able to hit the switch. Yeah, that didn't happen. That didn't happen at all. So, yeah, they do get super aggressive here. And in case I mess up, I'm gonna quick save here. So the goal, the solution to this puzzle is this. You turn off all the lights, and then you just drop down in with them. And they don't see you. And when I saw that on Philip's stream, I was like, seriously? That's it? That's silly. So I'm gonna try to not die, and I failed miserably. I did not see that thing opened. I think there was a light in the... Holy crap, what's going on here? I think there was a light behind the door, and that lit up the area a little bit. So this still feels a bit RNG-ish for me. Let's try this again. Is this going? The wheel's not turning. How come? Why you do this? Alright. There's like so many just right here between me and this thing. Okay, is it open? It's open now. Alright, here we go. Huzzah! Let's save our game so we don't F that up. This is like the one thing that was like 80% of my criticism and bad time with this mod. It was just like, this puzzle, I felt, was really not kind of clearly defined or tutorialized. And the thing with the turrets are separate from zombies. I mean, even if it was tutorialized with the turrets of like, hey, the turrets can't see you in the dark, I still think I would have been like, oh, what the hell do I do with these zombies? It wouldn't have like carried over for me in my mind. And I spent a lot of time like, how do I kill these zombies? Do I need to get a sentry gun and like drop it down in there and have the sentry gun kill them all? Or I spent some time going, there's like a tunnel over there, and it's just a spawn closet for these zombies. Like if you go down there and you kill a bunch, more of them just spawn in there. And it was just kind of, the puzzle in general was bad times for me. I didn't enjoy it, and that was it. And I think it was just because it wasn't tutorialized. If it was tutorialized slightly better, I would have been like, oh, I know what I need to do now, and then I would have done it. And I think if it was like executed really well, it would have probably been like, maybe not the highest point of the mod, but a high point, because you don't really... This is like pseudo-stealth. It's like, oh, it's dark, surrounded by enemies, I'm opening a door, and then you just kind of like walk around them, although you kind of have to run because this thing casts light and lights up the area a little bit, but it would have been interesting. Let's just say that. So then. Okay. The other day at work, someone literally walked, like, right behind my chair at my desk as he was blowing his nose, and I'm like, you son of a bitch. I was just sick, like, a week ago. People, man, people. I like this. I did not see these last time. This is really nice. Physics joints. I believe it's like ball sockets or something like that. Yeah. Boot windmiller. Alright, anyways. So, I saw this thing is like glowing. And I was like, oh, that must be interesting. I read this. It's hard to read sort of when it's like at this length unless your face is like in your monitor. My monitor is about like 2 feet away from my face or something, so I had to do like this. I had to like, oh, sorry TV. Well, you're dead forever. I had to do this to read it, and I was like, ah. When Philip did this, he was like, is this important to the story? Oh, well, I don't want to read it. F that. I'm okay with story stuff. This is optional. You don't have to pick up that thing, and it's just talking about not really anything of consequence. It's just flavory kind of ambient world stuff, and so I'm okay with that, I guess. I don't remember how to get out of this room. Oh shoot. Oh, that's right. That vent right there. This is another weird thing for me. I shot the vent. I shot it once. That's what I did the first time. I shot it once and it didn't break, and I was like, "Oh, that's weird." And then I crowbarred it and it broke, and I was like, "Well, that's stupid. Why is it breaking with only the crowbar but not the pistol?" But I retract that statement. Apologies if the author is watching here. I'm trying to think here. I think that's okay. I think that may be enough. I think the door doesn't lock behind you. I think that vent model potentially is enough player training, because everyone that has played Half-Life 2 knows about that vent. Why can't I not jump up in here? There we go. I'm not a fan of jump crouches. I can do them, I just don't like them. This part is very... Is it this part? That is where we came from, I believe. That was the door to the zombie pit. And I immediately recognized this. I think this should have been a closed-off thing, because players are very tunnel-visioned, and I can guarantee you, at least one person out there, at least one, I haven't seen any videos of it, but at least one person is like, oh, hey, vent, boom, jump down, oh, I'm back here, damn it, and then they waste a minute of their life. But not me. The creaky sound, nice foreshadowing. It's a bit cliche, but it's well executed, so I'm okay with that, I guess. There's no, nothing waiting for you. It's in a completely safe environment, so, you know, if you want to dump me on my ass and take a minute to get up and stuff, that's fine. Very tonal change happens here. The area is quite a bit brighter. The music starts, but it's a sort of a creepy music. All the doors are locked, and except for this thing. I'm not gonna get that yet. That's coming up. What the heck are those things? I don't know what those are. Lots of QR codes that just don't do anything. I did not see this button last time. Let's open that back up. We're gonna need that. can kind of see that there's a shotgun in there, which is kind of nice. I'm a big fan of seeing items before you can get to them. It's a very tried and true classic in sort of... It's more in kind of... not necessarily open world, but kind of adventure games. Like in Tomb Raider, you could see doors that had rope things on them that you needed the rope arrow to be able to attach to the thing and then pull them open. Batman had the... what is it? It had the breakable walls that were not on a surface, but like there, you know, so you couldn't do the bat spray on them. You had to wait until you get the grapple and stuff. And so it's like, it immediately registers in your mind like, oh, that's what this does. Now I can go back and get all those areas. And this isn't quite as an extreme example of those things, but it's still like, okay, there's a shotgun somewhere. I know I'm going to get it relatively soon. So here's our gravity gun, but this is not the gravity gun we all know and love. This is a weird version of the gravity gun. This thing shoots balls of gravity. Big red balls of gravity. Chomsky suffers his fate at the hands of... oh, well, he's gone forever. We know nothing's down here. Let's just carry on then. And I believe... I don't know where it is. Ah, here we go. This thing. This is where the gravity gun was, and I sort of immediately saw this as I picked it up. I was like, oh, jump while simultaneously firing the weapon. The device can additionally be used to break. This is rocket jumping. That's what triggered this for me. Anyone who's played enough Team Fortress Classic or Team Fortress 2 knows how to use this. This is piece of cake, right? For those people that don't know how to do that, this area kind of... I mean, technically any area with a high enough ceiling would be a safe playground to test this out. And this on the wall, I was like, oh, this is great. This is very... and you have the poster there as well, so JT and Mike have had rocket jumping contests, and clearly Mike is the winner by maybe 8 or 10 units there. So we know how to do this. We can blow Mike and JT out of the water and clearly demonstrate our vastly superior skill set. That's why they were not at Black Mesa. And then, of course, this is where our shotguns was. Our shotguns was? Talking in grammar is overrated. This was... I think I was content to leave these guys alone, but I tried to open the door. The door doesn't open. I was like, all right, you guys just stay there. I think this would have been cooler if like the door was slightly ajar and maybe like zombies were like milling about back there, or just something to kind of convey the sense that like this is a lab, but it's still a dangerous area. There's like things going on and stuff. But no, it's just a locked door. I guess technically, let's try this out. Can this... these are static props, I believe, right? Those aren't models. Okay, they do turn off. I was gonna make sure that these were consistent. There's still a light in here. It's a softer light, but it's still on the position of those lights. But anyways, let's carry on here. I really liked this area. It's very kind of, you know, sort of between the walls where all the pipes are, obviously where all the pipes are and stuff. But I haven't seen anything that looks quite like this, so I was like, this looks very unique compared to other similar spots. And I liked it. I liked it a lot. Let's carry on here. More gravity hotspots that don't really do anything. They've also got the lambda spots, which are item pickups. This thing, we'll come back to that. Let's go back here and get our items first. I don't know why. I'm full on. No, I'm not full on shields. Give me Give me this. There we go. Oh, it's not even shields, it's ammo. Derp-a-derp. I don't know why this is... I don't know why they did this. This is unnecessary. It's hold down to E to operate a thing that... Is that like... I don't know what this is. Anything I say about this would be a guess. Purely a guess. It seems like maybe... I think there's possibly enemies around here. Wow. Anyways. It seems like this is like hijacking the Combine locks with like resistance stuff to make it work against them or something. I don't know. It's weird. Pressing, like holding E to open a door doesn't really make sense to me unless it's like a crank. You're cranking something open and stuff. But that's about it. When I first came in this area, it sort of registered with me that this is where we first were, I believe. Yeah. This is where we came from, the very beginning of the game. And yeah, because that door was originally locked. So we go through here yet again after dealing with these guys. And I really liked this guy. He's like super lit up. Having the first guy like turned away from you is a great way to make it... I mean, we've seen this thing hurl boxes and, you know, other props away, but having it be able to use the first time in combat in a very safe manner is really nice. I liked that a lot. And yeah.